Hi, thank you so much, first of all, for those who have watched the first video of, um, excuse me, my 40-day fast and what I've shared so far. I wanted to make sure that it answered some of the questions, so I'll be doing that periodically. If you leave questions for me, I will answer them probably in a video format like this so other people can get the answers as well. So there's a couple of questions that have come up, and I will address those. I'm not going to make them long videos, so it's not a long list of Q&As. All right, so the first question. That question is very simple. How did I prepare? Well, I did a lot of reading before I jumped in, and what I did was I Googled water fasting, I Googled lengths of water fast, and then I started reading the forums, like what are the side effects, what are the types of water that you should have, and in some ways, I don't know. I don't know that you can ever really be prepared for everything that happens during a water fast, but I think I had started preparing long before the water fast in many ways. I wasn't eating a lot of the same things that I had been eating, like a lot of bread, a lot of meats, a lot of pastas, that type of stuff. I wasn't really eating those. I did start drinking a lot more water before then. So those are the type of things that I did as far as food. Now, mentally, you're going to go through all kind of stuff when it comes to preparing for that, because you're going to go back and forth. Can I do it? I don't know. This is crazy. It's long. I've never done this before. I'm afraid of this. All that kind of stuff goes. So there's always mental preparation. Part of mental preparation for me was getting as much information as I could, but also understanding that it was something that I really, really wanted for my life, and that was to do something I had never done, to get something I never had before, and that was a different level of confidence and freedom, and those kind of things came into my mind. So it became very mental, and fasting is very mental and spiritual, so you can prepare that way. Now, the other way is definitely make sure that you have your water. The day before, I went to the store and I think I bought 4 or 5 gallons of water, so that there was no question about whether or not I had enough water. Because what ends up happening is you get into it, you start questioning yourself, and let's say you only have 2 gallons of water and you're going into day 3 and you have to get up in the morning to go get water. You may be thirsty. You may be hungry. The first 3 to 4 days are always the hardest. Most people will tell you that if you've never done it, even for those who have done it, the first 3 days are always the hardest. So you come to day 3 and you're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And you end up going and grabbing, I don't know, some McDonald's in the morning and saying, forget it. So you should really prepare your home with water, the things that you absolutely are going to need. Since I have a child, I couldn't really clear the refrigerator, so I just had to really, really be focused on what I was up to, and be clear about that. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so question number 2. Wow. Being in graduate school is a challenge in itself. And while I was I think the first month, first 30 days, I was just strictly in class. So there was really no, it wasn't a big deal. And let me say big deal in that I wasn't traveling. I wasn't doing that type of stuff. So I could manage my time and my day to what needed to be done. So with schoolwork and with the fasting, you're supposed to have your body be at its resting as much as possible. So I really listened to my body. What I tried to do was do my schoolwork early in the morning so that I had the rest of the day to do what needed to be done. I work in the evenings, so that is what worked for me, because the evening I could actually do a lot more resting if I needed to. If I needed to do a little more studying, I could do that. I also made sure that I paid attention to what was or wasn't going on for me. So there were times that I was up really late, and then I would end up having to get up early, and I could really tell. You'll see in some of the videos, I am tired, and I look tired, My eyebrows look all bushy, and, I'm barely, I'm just like, oh, And it's not because of the fast itself. It is because I'm in graduate school, and I'm up late, and I'm up early, and I'm drinking water. And it becomes kind of a play, or should I say a game that you have to play. What's most important? Well, there's three things that were important to me at that time: my son, my schoolwork, and completing the fast. So I had to just let it work the way it was going to work. Now, for those who are in graduate school, I am actually going to Walden University, which is an online university. People say, oh, it's so easy. It's really not. I know people who have come from brick and mortar schools to online, and they say it's much harder online because you really can't hide in the classroom. But that's beside the point. But we have to do what's called a residency for my program. I'm in mental health counseling. And that means you're gone for 7 days to a location generally away from your home, unless you live in one of the cities that they do the residency. And you're there usually from 8 until 5 at night, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that was rough because I went to Atlanta, which is a place that I've lived before, have friends, and know the restaurants. So I had to just be determined to get my work done, drink my water, and stick with my fast, because by then I actually only had less than 2 weeks left. So I was not about to break my fast in Atlanta. So the way that I did it with school was really balancing everything, taking my time, listening to my body, and then staying focused on what I wanted to accomplish, which was continuing to be a good mother, continuing to be a great student and getting my work done, and then completing the fast. That's really how I did it. No, there's no tricks, so that's it.